young artists. My name is Jenny Brandon, and I am a composer based in Long Beach, California. And I'm so excited that we get to work together as I'm writing a new work for you to premiere on a concert in May. And I wanted to introduce myself a little bit to you so that we can get to know each other as we're collaborating on this project. So I'm based in Long Beach, California, which is just south of Los Angeles, but I actually grew up pretty close to where you all are from. I grew up in central Pennsylvania, and I spent the first bit of my life there doing lots of music, and then eventually moving to Texas and to Austin, where I did my master's degree in composition. And then finally, I moved out to the Los Angeles area, where I started some work on my doctorate, and I have been in LA area for about 20 plus years at this point. And so while I was growing up in Pennsylvania, I spent a lot of time playing the piano and singing, and also writing my own music that I would sing and play. I did a lot of coffee shop performances. So music has been a really important part of my life since I was very, very young. And I've always loved music, and that's why I'm really, really excited to get to write this new piece for you to give the premiere of in May. And so I thought I would start by just telling you how a composer comes around to starting to write a new piece of music. And it's different for every composer, but for me, I like to think of an idea or a story that I want to tell through the music that I'm writing. So the way that you might read a book, and the book might be a story about a person traveling to a faraway land, or maybe it's a story about someone who loves horses, or maybe it's about traveling into space. So I like to try to tell stories, but I use music instead of words to tell these stories. I'll use the notes, the rhythms, the textures, the colors of the instruments that you play to create a whole world, or what I like to call a soundscape, and create this world of imagination within the music. And many of the stories I like to tell are about nature. I love telling stories about trees, about birds, about animals, about interesting places I visited, even about the clouds in the sky. And I'm really inspired by the world around me because there's so much in the world around us to be inspired by. And so I've been thinking about our new piece, and I'm talking to Mrs. Poling about it, and talking about your ensemble and what great musicians you all are. And I wanted to find something that you would really enjoy playing, that would be a lot of fun, but also a piece that reflected where you are and what's around you and the state of Maryland where you live. And so I started to do some research about what that would look like. And I discovered something very unique about your state. I discovered that your state bird is the Baltimore Oriole. And here's something neat. Did you know that the male Baltimore Orioles are flame orange and black, with a solid black head and orange sides with an orange in the tail? So maybe you've seen these birds. And this is what I love about writing stories in music, is that we're inspired by the world that's around us. So I have a picture here of the Baltimore Oriole. So if you haven't seen one, maybe you'll recognize him, right? And here he's actually eating some fruit. It looks like he might be eating maybe some watermelon, because these birds, they like to eat fruit. They like to eat sugar. They'll come to sugar water feeders, but they'll also forage for insects in trees and shrubs. So these are really neat birds, and sometimes they'll even fly out to grab food and fly back in. And so I think that they are just a really beautiful bird. And the thing that really fascinates me about these birds is the fact that their songs are so unique. They have this flute-like whistle sound, and they have a variety of sounds that they make. So that is definitely going to work its way into our piece as I tell the story of this bird and the song it sings. And so over the next few months, I'm going to be working on telling the story of this Baltimore Oriole through the music that I'm writing for you. And I'll share with you themes and ideas as I'm working on them in videos like this. So you get to know a lot about this piece even before you play a single note of it. You'll feel like you're really familiar with the work. So why do we do this? I love collaborating with the performers that play my music. And I think that since you're going to be giving the world premiere of this piece, that it's really important and exciting for you to be able to really understand and dig into this piece before you play it, while you're rehearsing it, and during the premiere of it. So I'm really looking forward to this project with you all. And I'm really excited that you can also ask me questions. You can ask questions about the piece, because that's the fun part of a project like this, is that I'm a living composer. So you can ask me, hey, what did you mean by this note? Or hey, why does this sound like this? And I can actually give you an answer about it. So I'm so looking forward to this project, and I can't wait to work with you all, and I can't wait to share more ideas with you soon. So stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.